Hello everybody and welcome back to episode number 66 of Keep It Real. Now, if you've seen the last one, which hopefully was this week as well, you know exactly what we're doing. So the Unimog is here. We had to spend a night in the windmill. It's not overly comfortable sleeping on those packs of grain. But yeah, we know what we're doing today. So we're already here. And we're going to get straight on with all of the fields, but we're going to put the Unimog to work. It's actually going to be a bit of a workhorse today, so that's good, isn't it? Now, I did notice at the end of the last episode, I was just going to pop my help menu on there a minute, because it's not allowing me to unload the fertilizer. I would like to, yeah, it's not letting me do it again. I would like to ideally lime first, although I suppose on this field it doesn't matter too much, because we still would have planted anyway. Only because it's easier to kind of spot where you're fertilising after you've limed. And the second reason is I don't want the field to be white for the entirety of its growing period. But it will not unload, it won't unload. Whether it's because the Unimog doesn't have option for hoses, does it require hoses? I'm not sure. But yeah, no matter what I do. Okay, right, it is what it is. We're going to forget about it. Now, I'm going to get on with it, though, as we are talking. Oh, look how wide this is. Oh, my. Massive. And it doesn't seem to be going down. There you go. We've just used 1 litre. Okay, anyway, yeah, I'm going to get straight on with this, because there's lots and lots to do. Oh, I completely forgot how big this was, though. You might notice in the corner, getting carried away, we are minus money. So it's funny, the last episode we started with like 5 or 6 grand, maybe more than that. And all of a sudden, we are back down and we are minus again. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned because although we've got to get to that part of the map, we have got things that will top us up. We've got a decent amount of eggs. I want to say maybe there's still apples. I don't know, did I sell the apples? I can't remember. There's a couple of pallets of tomatoes though, I would have thought, and there's definitely milk. So it's okay, we've got money there, it's not a problem. And actually, I'm hoping the money I spent, I might as well go to the next one now, you know. I hardly used any fertiliser. Yeah, the money I, come on Unimog, you could do it. The money that I've already spent on all of this lime and fertilizer hopefully means that we're pretty good from a money point of view. I haven't got to buy anything more now. I'll tell you what, all you people have been recommending I use this more as a workhorse. It's really struggling to even drive fields. Yeah, maybe I need to change the tyres, make them a bit more tractor-like. Right, anyway, I should be able to do this super fast, shouldn't I? Yeah, look, it's really struggling. My concern is, if I get too much slip, it's going to damage the seed. At the minute, it's fine. It's okay. But if it starts skidding, I'm going to have to stop using it. Because, yeah, it does actually damage the seed. That ground turns into cultivated ground instead of planted ground. That would not be very good, to be honest with you. Okay, I just went quiet then for a second. I've just remembered. I had that little bit of a glitch. I'm going with it being a glitch, that's what I'm going to call it, where I actually reset the planter and planted half the field with wheat. I've just corrected that very, very quickly. What it does mean though is I'm going to have to go over the other side again with nitrogen, but it's fine. It isn't using very much of this fertilizer at all, is it? It's really, really not. Now, as well as selling everything, again, you know, the whole reason I'm kind of pushing everything to go through a little bit quicker so we can skip through to December. But I do actually need to as well to find time in this episode really to get back to our little grass plot, give it a cut, row it up and then dump it into the silage bit. That's obviously pretty much compacted, ready to go, but hopefully we can add quite a bit more to it. I guess it's all money, and that's all money same sort of time, around the same sort of time as when we sell the flour in December, I believe. December, January time is best for silage pricing. So right, I think I did just do that without any skidding, although I've nearly just ended up in the neighbour's field. That wouldn't have been very good, would it? We are just going to have a real quick look. Oh my gosh. The brakes on this are awful. There we go. We're going to have a look at the menu to see what the score's looking like on the field. But I would do it when the Unimog is not going to roll down the hill. Maybe here? Is it going to be alright there? Yeah, it's going to be alright there. Okay, right, here we go. Precision farming. Nitrogen. Okay, probably... I'm confused about that. Why did it not change? The data's not out of date, is it? That's fine, that's... Okay. This is odd. This is really, really odd. Because canola normally needs... Previous harvest wheat, crop type canola... pH value I know is bad. Why did it not increase the nitrogen? Does canola not require nitrogen? I'm confused. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's me. I feel like the Unimog isn't actually working. It's not actually doing anything. Although it's giving me the animation, something is not right with this machine. Don't know what it is. Something isn't right. Okay, we'll have to drive up to the other field and try and figure that out. That's really odd though. That is odd. Okay, so I've just jumped into the other tractor, disconnected it and tested it. And I realised it wasn't the Unimog's fault. It was in fact, I turned, honestly, I turned off the automatic application rate. So it wasn't the Unimog's fault, it was me. I did that because during contracts, I mean, see how quickly it's going through fertiliser now. Yeah, that's a bit more realistic, isn't it? That's kind of what I was expecting. In fact, maybe not quite that fast, but there you go. Good. The main thing is, I wanted to empty the last bit of fertiliser actually, just so that I could load this with the lime. That's the word. Cool, I'm having a right day of it today. Yeah, I wanted to fill it with lime and do the liming, to be honest with you. Now, I am going to have to make money though, aren't I? Because clearly, we are nowhere near fertilising our fields. However, this could be the right time to start utilising our slurry. Now, we'll have to lease the equipment. But we have got, I mean, last time I checked, I want to say there's like over 50,000 litres worth there of slurry. That is not as good as kind of pure nitrogen fertiliser. Probably need a couple of goes, which is going to take more time. But, given how quickly it's just gone through that fertiliser we had, I think it's going to save us a lot of money. And it would be a shame to end this series without actually utilising that slurry, wouldn't it? Now, let me lower that, health and safety and all that. Good. Right, what I'm going to do, God, I can't get into the swing of it today. What I'm going to do is clear these, take these off. Maybe I'll pop them there. Because the last thing I want is to connect the fertilizer spreader, or the spreader, I should call it, and it automatically loads up with these. That's what happened to the the bags that I had on the back. As soon as I connected the fertilizer spreader, it kind of put them in there. It must have a strange collision point where it automatically loaded those bags in. So I don't want it to do that again. Better strap those back on though, wouldn't I? Right, so right, third time lucky, fourth time lucky. I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to be lucky. Hopefully this will work. Every single field needs pH. Probably even the grass field. I'm not overly concerned about that for here and now. But let's see what happens. Now this one here, I've just realised as well, it's completely pointless because we haven't bought the lands data. The map still thinks it's this tiny little plot here. Obviously it's not. We've increased it quite considerably, really. So I won't be able to do that until, again, we get a little bit of money. But we'll head to the other field and we'll just see. I mean, how much... Let's load that up. I like that. That's something I like about the Unimog. See, it just loaded it up on the go. That probably wasn't realistic, maybe. I couldn't kind of help that. Once it started, it didn't want to stop. A bit like a pot of Pringles. But, yeah, that is quite cool though, isn't it? I think something like this Unimog would be awesome in that abandoned farm series, wouldn't it? A vehicle that can do a bit of everything. Right, how's this going to go? I've turned the mini-map on just so I can make sure it's working. Okay. I'm getting wheel slip. Quite a lot. This Unimog is not very good. I'm sorry to say it, but look. This is just damaging pure crop now. Wow. I don't know if it had an option for narrow tyres, but it is really struggling. We've just... I don't even want to imagine how much damage we've just caused there. Okay. That is a little bit annoying. And actually, this could be a job for... Oh, in actual fact, though. Again, is it me? Is it me just not giving this Unimog a chance? Maybe I didn't raise the spreader. Yeah, it was my fault. What an idiot. Right, that's better, isn't it? Look at that. Cool. Right, I am glad because I do want to use this Unimog. Why is it? Oh my gosh. I always know it goes through lime fast. That's why I bought so much. That was really fast though, wasn't it? Can I kind of cheat load up from the back again? Yeah. Good, right. This may take a while. I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know, maybe time lapse a touch, but I don't want to do too... Oh my god. Oh gosh. Yeah, as a time lapse, if I was to speed this up, all you would be seeing is me stopping and starting and refilling the actual spreader. Right, I'm gonna do this, and I'll probably cut the majority of it. To be honest with you, you get the gist of it, yeah. We're just liming all the fields, which is what our neighbours are doing as well. Okay, slight change of plan. I'm having to improvise a little bit. So, literally, that field, that nice white, bright white, in fact, looks like it's been snowing. Field over there, used the entirety of the line we had, literally all of it except this tiny little bit that I did here anyway. Yeah, I know it goes through lime quick. I didn't think it would be that quick. Now, we don't have any money to buy any more. We also don't have any money to pay Thierry to do any more work for us at this point. So I figured I'd drive the Unimog back up, jump into the agri, come down here, and at the very least now, get this field planted, because that's the priority. You know, this is the only month we've got to do it. So we'll get canola in here as well. I am pleased to say that this seeder tends to go straight over the logs as well, which is good. It means we're not missing any bits, but, well, actually, as I say that, I think we just missed a bit. I do need to work out how much money it will be to get rid of these logs, but of course, we can't be worrying about that when we haven't actually got any money. In fact, we are now minus £106. So I don't know what's been charged to us. We've had like another £12–13 taken off us so far. But anyway, once this is done, we will then drive the agri back, because that doesn't really need to be down here anymore. And we will jump into the Unimog, connect up the milk trailer, connect up, I say connect up, load up the pallets of, I think we've got chickens, or we've got a pallet of eggs. God, I'm having a bright day of it today. A pallet of eggs, I don't know how many there are. There was 600 odd in the last episode, and we've gone through a 9, so hopefully that's near 1,000. I am pretty certain by now there's going to be maybe 1 or 2 pallets of apples as well, and of course we've got all of those grapes there. The flour we're saving. The flour's well packaged, it's got a long expiry date, and we're going to save that. We're going to sell that a little bit later on in the year. So yeah, I'm not worried about the money, I'm just worried about how long this episode is going to take to record. I think the last episode, once I'd actually edited it, it went down to about 50 minutes, which I think is probably the ideal kind of time, really. 45 to 50 minutes. I've been doing some recently that are well over an hour, and I think the majority of people do watch the whole things, which is great, but you tend to do it maybe, I mean for me, if there's something that's an hour and a half maybe long, sometimes I have to watch a bit of it and then come back to it, and there's always that risk, I guess, I forget to actually go back and watch the rest of it. So yeah, this around the same sort of time, 50 minutes ish, is ideal. Of course, you will know when you're watching this how long the episode is, and I actually haven't got a clue. But anyway, doesn't this field look better? It's a heck of a lot bigger, that is for sure. Right, come on. Let's get this finished. So we also need to, in amongst everything else, we've got to get the Unimog, sell some stuff, make some money. Obviously the priority is to buy the lime. That's why we're doing it. We want to get more lime. We need to get more fertilizer, in fact, as well. But we need to, in the meantime, maybe it's something I pay Thierry to do, cut the grass at the grass field. And I know I've probably just mentioned that. For me, before I cut bits out and time-lapse or whatever you've just seen, yeah, it's probably about half an hour ago, really. I've already been in this game trying to do this for a while. But yeah, maybe we'll get him to cut the grass for us. We'll obviously compact it. That again, I mean, what I want to say, that's like probably, oh, I don't know, 30-40 grand's worth of money coming to us in December alone, just in silage. That's good, isn't it? You would not say no to that much money, that's for sure. Okay, here we are. I know this is a little bit of a jumpy start to an episode. Definitely not how I normally do it, but just trying to get the ball rolling, really. Look, we've gone down another, well, we're now £112 negative. Don't know what on earth is going on here. Shocking. Now, we're going to leave the fertilizer spreader here, because again, we will be filling that up with more lime very, very shortly. But in the meantime, we'll head back and we'll just, oh, I'll tell you what, I should have lowered that, shouldn't I? Yeah, we need to find as many income streams as possible, which won't be an issue. We have got plenty. We have got plenty. Right, let's head on back. So I hope everyone is well, by the way. I know I've kind of a bit of a weird start for me for an episode, actually. I like to do like a beginning of episode debrief before I actually get on, and I almost plan out the episode when I start the record button. But yeah, this episode, there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. So I didn't actually say it, but I hope everyone's well. And I guess I might have mentioned it. I mean, I haven't recorded an extra episode of, well, no, episode number 4 actually of the Abandoned Farm series. I've not recorded it yet, so I don't know if you've already seen the episode, which I haven't recorded, or whether or not you're seeing this episode first. But just a bit of an update and a shout out, I guess, and amazing. So Justin, you are the first person, even though you know I was quite honest about memberships. I really appreciate it. Justin is the first person, and I'm just now, I mean, you're almost the guinea pig as well, Justin. You're helping me figure out how exactly this membership works. So I get a special little tab now, and everything that you send me comes up in its own section, which is very different. And you know what I didn't do? This is why sometimes it's best that I don't actually talk. I drove straight past the milk container again, didn't I? Right, let's do that. So yeah, so I guess as a member, when it says to you, you get priority comments or replies to any, oh dear, sorry Mr. Silver Car. Yeah, by that, you know, I kind of said, actually, I try and answer everyone anyway. Now I understand what it means, because yeah, Justin gets his whole own section. I mean, it's his own section at the minute because he's the only one who uses it. He's the only member. But yeah, in the member section, which comes up on the app that I use to control all of my analytics on my YouTube channel, Justin, everything Justin has ever commented is now there. So yeah, I guess it's easier for me to be a bit more personal with anyone who kind of has a membership, I guess. But again, I only want you to do membership if you kind of like what I do, I guess, and you just kind of want to support me as a little old me. But yeah, you know what my consistency's like. You know what it's like with the children sometimes. I really don't want to overcommit. I don't want to overpromise. So I do appreciate it, Justin, and anyone else I would appreciate it. But yeah, I'm not one to upsell things to take your money away from you. Everyone needs money these days. Anyway, right, this time I remembered it's completely empty and the Unimog's struggling. I think this Unimog needs a service. What is it? It's about quarter health bar, isn't it, I guess? So yeah, it's only got about 25%, so it probably does need a bit of money spent on it. When I'm playing an episode with minus money, unfortunately it's not got a chance. It's not gonna happen. Right, let's load up this milk. Once the milk's connected, then we'll get the apples and the eggs just chucked onto the back. Oh, there's 3 pallets of tomatoes over there as well. That's good, isn't it? So that's another little side thing, going back to that little kind of interactive mod. Again, I liked the idea of interactive. It wasn't that particularly great though, was it really? It doesn't make you a huge amount of money. Right, load this up. Good. Don't know what the capacity is of this tanker. I want to say 3,000 maybe. And I don't know how much we have. Wow, we must have more than 3,000 in there because it's filled it. Oh, it's pretty much dead on. There's 50 litres left. We can leave that. Right, good. So we've got this. Milk goes for a half decent price. I want to say like £1,300, £1,400, something like that. Switch to this view. So that'll be good. That'll be a real good money boost. And from what I can remember, eggs. Let's turn that off actually. Eggs also sell for a good price this month. So 779, pretty much 1,000. And what do we have up here? 1, 2, 3 pallets. Cool. I thought maybe there'd be 2 this side, but this side slowed down, didn't it? Because I forgot to fill it with water. Cool. 3 pallets. Happy with that. So we'll take those 2. Brilliant. All right, we're gonna have loads of money in a minute. We're rolling in it again, aren't we? Right. I'll catch you in a moment. Okay, here we are at the shop. So milk. What do we reckon? Quite a bit so far. It's looking good, isn't it? That's looking really good, actually. Nice. Right, so we made £4,035 and 105 environmental score. Amazing. Now, same again. Maybe this time, though, I'll put it kind of out of the way of the shop's traffic, but also in such a position I kind of notice it a bit more, obviously. Right, we'll leave that there, much like we did last time. And we'll head to the shop. So we've got those eggs. I don't know, not quite 800 litres of eggs, but it's still going to be decent money, isn't it? And then we've got the 3 pallets of apples there. So we'll get rid of those. They all sell at the same shop, I believe, actually. So this will be nice and easy. It's going to chuck us over probably 6 grand, maybe. And then we'll head back to the shop, buy a load more lime. And yeah, get the rest of our fields treated. Right, let's load up into here. It should start to unload now. Good. Money value's going up nicely. Slowly but nicely. Right, there goes the eggs. Cool. Yeah, well, do you know what? It's nearly got us over 7 grand. Nice. Amazing. 7,139. Wow. Cool. I thought over 6 grand I'll be happy with. We're probably going to spend 2 or 3 grand of that just on the line. But there you go. Right, make sure we don't run these people over. And we'll head up here. We'll connect to the fertilizer. I keep saying fertilizer. I mean, it's just a spreader, isn't it? It's not a fertilizer spreader. It is just a spreader. So connect up to that spreader without rolling over the Unimog. We might as well get this field done whilst we're here. Now, Thierry's pretty much ready to go, actually, to roll this field. But I couldn't get him to start it because we didn't have any money. But actually, I might as well just stick some lime on it first. And then, yeah, we'll roll it after. At least I'll be able to see where he has and hasn't rolled. Now, have I checked this today while I'm here? Jump right to the back. It's a nice little tractor. It's not as powerful as what we've got though. It's pointless. Okay. No, not really anything that we need. What is that? Soybeans. No, we don't need the soybean, do we? Good. Okay, right. That doesn't matter then. Let's go back into there again. Forget what I'm doing. So, big bags, I think is the only real way to do it, isn't it? Lime. Yeah, I mean, given that I bought 4 bags and that did 1 field, I mean, I don't think I can get any more than 6 on the back of the Unimog, actually. What have we got left to do? The bottom field. Okay, not really that much, you know. I'm going to buy 7 bags. I know it seems crazy. But, yeah, I can put some of 1 bag into the fertilizer spreader. Don't know which bag it came from, but one of those bags. And then I'll load up the other 6. I should have got 6 bags. Why did I get 7 bags? Right. Okay, let's speak to the shop a minute. Just get them to load it up onto the back. I'll see you in a second. Okay. Look at the state of the Unimog. It's being tested now, isn't it? It's being tested now. I don't know if my realism rules also determined under underloading or overloading. This would definitely be a big, massive fail on the realistic aspect. That's for sure. It is a big, massive fail on the realistic aspect anyway. But hey, I've got stuff to do this episode. We got loads of stuff to do. Just ignore that kind of 1,000 litres worth of lime still in the bag that the shop's put into the back of the spreader, which is just kind of moving around. Just ignore that. Ignore that. Come on, give me a chance. We're getting close to the end of the series here. Right. Let's get this. Oh dear. As quickly as possible. Yeah, maybe not quickly, but this is testing the Unimog. I hope you can see that I'm testing the Unimog out now. I'm certainly turning it into a little workhorse. That is for sure. To be honest, actually, as it's using the lime, it's getting lighter. It's getting lighter at the back. Right, keep going. Oh dear, this is pretty bad. There we go. Again, same as before. I need it to do this without field slip, ideally. Yeah. Although I couldn't really blame the Unimog if it did slip, could I really? Shocking. Right, is it going to refill itself? Yes, it is. Yeah, this is the sort of trickery and shenanigans that I'll be doing in the series against Snowy. This is not something I would normally be doing in Keep It Real. But using the Unimog to do this kind of work is realistic. Definitely. Because I've seen pictures. People have sent me pictures of Unimogs. In actual fact, I was looking online the other day and I seen a Unimog for sale, which someone used on a farm as a workhorse. So Yeah, this side of it is definitely realistic. No, let's just plaster the forward in lime. We're nearly done. We're nearly done. Then I can pay Thierry to get working, get rolling. And I'm hoping... Oh dear, run out again. It goes through lime so quickly, doesn't it? See, I thought maybe I was being over the top, but... Yeah, it's used quite a lot. I mean, another one of these bags will disappear in a minute. I imagine. It's used quite a bit of lime, and we still got to do that bottom field. Which actually I need to buy the field data for as well, because we don't own the entirety of that field. Yeah, right. Let's top that back up. Good. We'll just park this here. Look at it, it's filthy. Absolutely filthy. Right, so jump in here. Thierry, I got a job for you. But first of all, I'm going to try a little bit myself. When it rolls it, does it change the colour back to normal texture? No, it doesn't, but it is rolling it, isn't it? I can see those lines. Let me just check. On this one, come on. Where is it? Needs rolling. Good, I've got it. Yeah, it does need rolling. Good. Right. Okay, so I'm just gonna, while we're here, I'll give Terry a bit of a head start. I'm just gonna do this side. And I'm gonna head down and do the other side, because actually there's quite a steep hill there, and I think they get stuck. Now, I thought this would be an easy job for this Ford, you know, but it is struggling. It's probably because of the narrow tyres. Yeah, right. That will do here. Lift it up. Yeah, head on to the other side. This Ford is really lacking in power. And it's also stalled. Why did it just stall? It's still got a decent service on it. Oh look, there's a bale. I didn't see that last time. Nice. Right, come on then. Come on. There we go. I don't know why, but I thought doing the rolling after liming would change the colour back to its kind of standard colour, but I guess that wouldn't be realistic if it did. Yeah, it would have been easier to roll before we limed really. I'm going to struggle to see what he has and hasn't done. It doesn't really change that much of the texture, does it? Maybe a tiny bit. Right. That will do. So let's get him back over this side. Start him off. Good. Right. We'll run straight back down to the other field, I think, then. Get that limed. Then we aren't that far away from everything being ready to go. We're really not. Pretty good. It's just the kind of fertilizer levels, isn't it? The nitrogen. But actually, yeah. I mean, is it realistic to spread slurry on a field after you've planted it? It probably isn't, actually. But it's not germinated. So I think, is he doing it? Yeah, he's doing it. Yeah, it's not actually germinated, so I'm guessing I can get away with spreading slurry on these grounds. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. But it's free. It's free fertilizer. We have to use it. Right, let's head on down to the bottom plot, I think. Get this lined up now. We're doing good here. Bit of a weird episode. It's higgledy-piggledy, isn't it? It's all over the place, this episode. But we're making so much progress here. Yeah, I mean, to think, if I get everything done in this episode now, then the very next episode, episode 67, would be in December. And yeah, we won't be harvesting crops in December, but we'll be selling a lot of flour. We'll be selling a lot of silage. We'll be making quite a lot of money. I mean, I don't know. Could we even come out of the next episode, the end of the next episode, with 100 grand? I don't know. I don't know. Am I being too optimistic here? I don't know. Not sure. Got a lot of flour, and we're gonna have quite a lot of silage. So we'll have to see, won't we? We'll have to see. Here we are, pulling up now. Now I feel like I should probably. Sorry, Kai. You're gonna have to wait for me for 2 minutes. Yeah. It looks like he's stuck. I should probably buy the field data, shouldn't I? How much is it going to be? And how do I repurchase? There you go. It's been such a long time. So it's going to cost me £700 to get the entire field data, but that's good. So the pH is rubbish, so we'll fix that now. The nitrogen does need a bit of work at the back here. While I'm here, actually, let's go here. Nitrogen, the entire field needs doing, but the pH is good. And this one here, pH is different for grass anyway, so that's actually quite good. Nitrogen's rubbish, but that is what it is. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to get straight into this. Does it actually charge me for lime when it spreads it on the neighbour's field there? Yeah, I need to line myself up a bit better here, don't I? Oh dear, it ran out again already. Alright, well I've quite a bit of lime left over, I think. But it's always good to have too much than not enough, isn't it? Right, come on. We're nearly there now. We're nearly there. I'm excited, actually, for the next episode. Typical, I missed a bit. I am excited for the next episode because it's just such an unusual feeling to... come on, why is it not loading anymore? Yeah, it's such an unusual feeling to have money on this series. Right, let's go and get the man. Yep, we're going to have to load the bag properly now. Do it the way the series was designed. Come on. I do keep forgetting about all these grapes as well, you know. There's quite a lot of grapes there. So you would assume, really, I assumed, that that bag, which now looks like it's floating in the back, would automatically tip itself out into the fertilizer spreader, but it hasn't. And it shouldn't... Oh, no. I can't even reach it. Oh, no. Okay. This is not good, is it? I'm going to have to try and knock it out. Bash it out. Come on. And again, doing this without too much slip on the ground, which is easier said than done. Yeah, there's a little bit already. Come on, fall out. Fall out. No, 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 no. Don't tip back up. Oh, now it's decided to tip itself out. Oh, no. What is going on? Cool. Okay. Well, that worked. Ultra realistic. Ultra realistic. Absolutely. No doubt about it. I don't know why I'm taking that back either. That's costing money, isn't it? Yeah, I need to drop that back to the shop. Yeah, there's a lot to do, you know. It's a lot to do, you know. When there's so much to do here and I'm kind of rushing about a little bit, I'm making some amateur mistakes here. Yeah, something I don't tend to do much. Right, let's turn that off. Save a little bit of line where we can. Good, that looks cool. And then will this do the whole thing in one width? No, but it's going to be pretty close to it. So turn that off, and then we'll just whip in this way. Get that last bit. Oh dear, right, let me go get the man again. Okay, there we go. Oh, pressing the wrong button, turning off the engine, honestly. You'd think I know what the buttons are by now, wouldn't you? Cool. Ideal. Right, so yeah, we are good now, aren't we, from a pH point of view. So we'll probably be cruising back up with the Unimog. And I mean, what do I do? Do I lease out a slurry spreader? Maybe that's what I do. I lease out a slurry spreader to clear the rest of that bag off. Actually, we'll go this way. Make sure there's no traffic coming. Right, yeah, let's do that. Let's head on back to the main yard. We will leave the Unimog there, only because we haven't got a front loader tractor at the main yard currently, because Thierry is using it to do the rolling. So Unimog is kind of out of action. We'll leave this there at the yard, and we'll use one of the tractors, the Agri most likely, which is already at the shop in fact, and we'll hire out some form of slurry spreader. Now I need to try and get one with a decent capacity, because there's quite a drive. It's quite a big drive, isn't it, to get down to these bottom fields. And I think slurry is almost as bad as lime, really. You go through it almost as fast. So this might be quite a tedious job. A bit like every other job is quite tedious, but there you go. Do you know, the amount of times I've driven past here, I've never really paid attention to that massive open gap. Has that always been there? Must have been. Right, I'll catch you in a moment. Okay, here we are again. It's a lot of walking to and fro in this episode. You're not necessarily seeing it, but man, am I having to do a lot of this just to try and stick to my own rules. Right, so we are going to take a look at, I did, again, right at the beginning of this series, I activated quite a few, I think, slurry tank mods. I hope. Did I? Yes, I did. There's a selection there. Look. So I need to really go for something with a good capacity. Okay, that would actually do it, but that's pathetic. So that can go up to 10,000. That can go up to 8,000. Ideally, I want one that will work with the manure mod. Is there an option? Capacity. So actually, although this one doesn't hold as much, it does work, judging by that, with the manure mod. And actually, I want to make the most of that manure mod, because potentially it might be a while before that becomes available in FS25, and I've not even got around to using it in this series yet either, or in FS22 in general. So I think that is a good option. Now I'm just having a look now. We're going to lease it either way, so let's do that. 714, still affordable at the minute. It would have been more than that to buy one single bag of fertilizer, let alone probably the 6 that we need. So that makes sense. We've done that. That is good. I want to see what horsepower that Ford has actually got. 68. It's not far off. The man's got 85 horsepower. It's got so much horsepower, isn't it? That man tractor is brilliant. It's just a shame you can't fit narrow tyres to it. So yeah, so what I'm thinking now is actually I'm probably better off sticking the Agri on the rolling, because the Ford is struggling, and getting the Ford to do the fertilizer spreading. And I'm thinking about one of these as well, you know, and though they are quite expensive. Yeah, because 8,000 litres at a time, that is going to be a struggle, isn't it? Right, let's go connect this up, and it started raining. And rain means, when you're playing with the kind of mods that I'm playing with, mud. And as much as I like a #dirty tractor, mud is not ideal when you're trying not to slip in fields. This could be a problem actually. Now, what am I doing? I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. Right, let's disconnect. I'm going to lower it, of course I do. Should know that by now. Disconnect that. The shop do not mind us leaving the odd bit here and there. And Bendercat, you'll be pleased because the rain will actually clean the tractors a little bit. But that's about as good as you're going to get, by the way. But yeah, I better look at it and make the most of how dirty it's looking. Because this damn rain is going to clean it off, isn't it? Okay, right. Let's just connect this up. Oh dear. Yeah, my controller is definitely starting to play up a little bit. It's getting quite annoying now. And actually, while I'm here, I need to... I think it's in miscellaneous. There we go. I need to get the slurry hose, don't I? Right, is there a length? The longer the better, I've always found with these mods. And we're going to keep it a nice poop brown. So we will lease that as well, 13 quid. That's part of our slurry tank here. We need that. Now, I'm going to have to stick the help menu on for this because I cannot actually remember. Part of me thinks I might need to use keyboard and mouse a little bit for this, but you'll get to see it in a moment. Now, you have to connect this to that somehow. I think there is a trigger for it. Is there? Something comes up. I don't know if there's a correct end to it. Pick up object. It should give me a new option when I do this, but it doesn't. That's not a very good start. Does this side. No. Hold to detach hoses. There you go. Hold what? It doesn't actually tell me what to hold. Hang on a minute. No, that's actually trying to disconnect the trigger, isn't it? Maybe I've got the wrong one. Did I get like an extension one? Is that the same? That is the same. Okay. Normally, it gives you a trigger. But it isn't. That is a little bit annoying. Right, let me have a fiddle with this a minute. Okay, right. it was the wrong one I bought. That other one wasn't compatible with the manual manure system. So I swapped it over. I've sorted the money out, so we haven't lost any money. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on screen here. So we've got the hose there. Go up to the point to which it connects, and you can connect it by pressing X, which is super cool. Some sort of weird kind of collision going on there. But I don't believe, let's just try it. Again, to disconnect, just pressing B. I'm talking in Xbox terms here just because of the Xbox control I'm using. Some of them will actually let you hook the hose inside of these kind of holders, but I don't know if this one will actually. Doesn't look like it, does it? No, so I can only attach the hose to the point which is there. So we're going to kind of drag it back with us. Sometimes that doesn't always go to plan, but it's fine. We'll take it nice and slow. It's not our hose anyway, is it? It's the shop's hose. Yeah. We'll drag it back with us. We'll get to the cows and we'll do the same thing pretty much. And yeah, connect the hose to the cows themselves. I did test this. This does work. Get all of that connected. Yeah, I haven't tested it on this particular slurry tanker, but I have tested the cow barn. It does work properly with the manure system. So let's see how this goes. Oh no, I just ran out of fuel, didn't I? Right, hang on a minute. That was the Agri trying to tell me do not drive any further. You need fuel. Even though that annoying beep. Oh, yeah. That's the thing you've got to be careful of. Look. See how it's going to get itself stuck on something then. So yeah, we don't want that. It's doing it again. Come on, unstick. Unstick. You'll be fine. Oh dear. Right, let's fill that up and see if we can see if we can do something about this. What was it stuck to? What is it stuck to? Come on. Good. Oh dear. It is a bit glitchy. It is a bit glitchy. Hopefully once we start driving it will sort itself out. Will it still let me detach this? No. Wow, this is taking a lot of fuel. Come on. Good. Stop refueling. That would do. Right. £372 and it didn't even fill it. Right, let's see if when we drive around it, it kind of fixes itself here a minute. Come on, sort itself out. There you go. Cool. Yeah, it is a bit glitchy, especially when you have to drag it back like this. It is a bit funny. So we're just going to have to hope that it doesn't get caught on anything else invisible. Those invisible curbs again, those invisible corners. Hopefully it don't get stuck to one of those. Just going to test my driving, this isn't it? Okay, here we are. So I've had to disconnect the hose. Oh man, it got stuck on so many things all the way here. It was doing my head in. Now, I'm going to give myself a bit of distance because, let's turn off this. This might take a while. Yeah, a bit of distance because we've got to connect from there to there with a 5 meter hose, which is glitchy. So, let's go grab it again a minute. I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to this as well, by the way. So, I'm almost learning while you're watching, but I know that this attaches to that. Amazing. Same thing on the other side. Again, see how glitchy it is. So that connects to that. Good. Cool. What a good start. Now what you have to do is open the manure flow. Pulls a little lever. Cool. Then on here, I don't know if I need to do anything. No, that looks good. Then we've got to get in the tractor. We've got to start the tractor up. And then we've got to turn on the slurry tanker. And then we've got to change the pump direction to filling. And then we've got to turn it on again. Why is it not turning on? What's going on? I'm sure I connected all of this. Right, try again. So we've set it to filling. Turn it on. I don't know what's happening. Okay, let's go. Turn on the slurry tanker. Why is it not working? Okay, right. Definitely something wrong. What's going on here? Oh dear, glitchy hose. Jump over that. There we go. Did I do this properly? Close. No, I don't want to close it. I need to open the manure flow. Yeah. Then I need to just no, that is fine. The engine is started. Turn on the slurry tanker. What's going on? Pump direction, filling, emptying. No, does it work if I click empty? No. The pump source or target is what? Activate pump of slurry tanker. change it to empty. Oh, okay. So it's just backwards. Right, there you go. So after all of that, then you have to activate the pump of the slurry tanker, which is kind of this stuff going around here. And for some reason, you've got to set it to empty in the tank. Unless it thinks it's empty in where it's taking it. It doesn't make that very clear though, does it? But anyway, it's working. So really cool mod. If you actually test it off camera and figure out how to use it, it would have been even better, wouldn't it? But yeah, really cool mod. I think it is a PC only mod. This is the kind of stuff that would be cool if it was just in the games, isn't it? Why do we have to rely on PC scripts and things to have this kind of stuff? Now, one thing I have done in the past, FS19, but I have done in the past, is driven away without closing the valve. So disconnecting the hose without closing the valve. By the time I've come back to it, there's nothing left because it just emptied out. It doesn't animate it on the ground, I don't believe, but yeah, I won't be doing that again today. Now it's a bit weird to try and find the point. There you go. So we're going to close it again. Good. And then hopefully, again, find the point. It is a bit twitchy. We'll detach that. And now we can just kind of pull it out of the way. In fact, oh my gosh. What's going on here? What we'll try and do is, yeah, pull it out of that way. There you go. At least I'm not going to run it over now. Okay, cool. We've got a little bit of slurry in this slurry tanker now. I'm just going to head to the closest field and just see how far this goes now. The capacity really, ideally, could have been better, but I guess I just got carried away because I was trying to figure out something that would actually work. But I can tweak that. I can change the capacity in a second. It'll cost us a little bit more money to lease it, but we can do that, not a problem. I just want to see how far 6,000 litres is going to go. If 6,000 litres does the field, which it won't, but if it does, then we'll be alright. It's not too bad. I'm going to go with more like 20 to 30,000 to do a field. And even then it might not put the nitrogen perfect, but we'll soon find out, won't we? I'll catch you in a mo if we even make it there. Okay, we got here eventually. Right, now, a couple of problems have become apparent. I'm going to have to leave this sort of hanging on the road. I kind of just drove into here and realised, yeah, there's a different looking texture here, isn't there? So the combination of the mud mod and the rain pane, I believe, which kind of, wow, gives you ground humidity levels. It says there in the bottom corner, the ground is slightly damp. Now that means if I was to drive over it, certainly in the agri, we would start sinking into the field. My concern is, and I'm going to check now, that has actually damaged what we've planted. So we'll have a very quick look and see. I mean, it still shows growth there, so we could be okay. Yeah, so hopefully that didn't actually damage it, maybe, but the agri is going to slip a lot. Everything is going to slip a lot. So I'm going to move this a minute. This has got narrows. The reason that Thierry stopped working, you can see it's even doing it there, look. The reason Thierry stopped working is because rain pane damages equipment when the ground is wet. Much like harvesting leaf drops when your harvester is being used in the rain. Kind of simulates a similar thing. So I'm sorry I'm blocking all you traffic coming out. I know you're probably beeping at me, but I've got to do this. I've got to do this. This is a man's living. You can just wait 2 minutes for a man's living here. Right, I'm going to leave that there. We are going to... Wow. Don't really have a choice here, do I? I've got to move out of the way of the traffic first of all, I think, just so that they can drive past. Stop beeping at me. Right, let's Oh dear, just whacked my roller. Let's disconnect this now. There we go. Because actually I'm hopeful the Ford is going to be able to do that anyway. Right, the traffic's gone past. So the Agri can take the roller. And just, at the very least, just get it out of the way. Oh, there you go, let it just come up. Like, wet ground is slightly damaging your equipment. That's because I just picked it up and it just thought I was trying to roll. So yeah, that's rain pane kicking in. Cool mod. Quite like it. I quite like all of these little mods actually. Now, let's just sanity check again. It is showing, isn't it, that even though I've done that, the ground is still planted. So we should be good. We should be safe to do this. But we might just have to not have all of our ground rolled. I think that's just going to be the only downside of this. I want to do this myself though. I'm not saying, oh dear. I nearly just punctured the tractor's tyre then, didn't I? Right, come on, let's give this a go. Yeah. How far is this 6,000 litres going to go? Probably not very far. Let's go. What's happening here over there? I am stuck in something. Don't tell me. Oh no. Okay. The Ford can't do the slurry spreading because its wheels are not touching the ground. Good. Brilliant. And I'm assuming there's no other points that would connect? No? Oh dear. Right, okay. This isn't going very well, is it? This is not going particularly well. Maybe we just wait for the ground to dry. Okay, right. I'll see you in a minute. Do you know what? I think the farming simulator gods are telling me something. Yeah, it's probably about time anyway, to be honest with you. And I'm not going to lie, a lot of you might be pleased to know, but I actually want to kind of rush this episode through, finish it off, and get on with roleplay story mode. We're missing a little bit of Travaskis, aren't we? Even I'm missing Travaskis, and it is actually me, if you didn't realise. But even I miss Mr. Travaskis. So yeah, let's go with this now. Pretty good ending to a pretty hectic episode. But actually, we're in a really good place now. So I'm going to end it. And yeah, episode 67, we will still be in September, no doubt. But at least we can get everything finished. And we are so close, maybe even in the next episode, to getting through to December. Taking a little bit of respite, giving the farmer a break. And hopefully selling loads and loads of product. Flour, grapes we'll probably have by the hundreds. And yeah, we'll you never know, there might even be a great demand. We might even be able to sell some of that olive oil. Anyway, thank you for watching, and yeah, until the next episode, cheers and gone.